Hello, watcher. Thank you for visiting my channel. I am Uncle Kitty Cat, aka Ara, and today I'm going to be discussing Simon and the Homo Sapien Agenda. So yeah, alright, let's jump in. I've been wanting to read this book for a while now. I know it's been out for like a couple of years, and basically my supervisor, he brought it up one day. He was like, hey, we should read this book together because he saw that the trailer for the movie was coming out, Love, Simon. So I was like, yeah, let's read it, it looks so good. I didn't know, however, that Love, Simon was the book to movie adaptation of Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. That idea was like in the back burner of my mind for a couple of days, and then I think a week or two later, I think it was like a week and a half later, I met up with my bookish friend Amelia in Barnes & Noble because she told me that she had this really amazing book for me to read, and she was dying to let me borrow it so that I could discuss it and we could, you know, fangirl about it together. So I got there and it turned out to be this book, and I was like, oh my god, what a coincidence. Like, the universe obviously wants me to read this book because it's been like entering my reality twice. So obviously I have to read this book. So for the non-spoiler section, basically this book is about this gay guy named Simon, and he's emailing this other guy who's also gay, and they're falling in love through their emails. One way or another, Simon comes out. And this whole entire book is basically Simon's thoughts and emotions throughout the process of coming out to his parents, to his family, to his friends, to the whole school. That's about all I can say without spoiling you guys. So just dive into this book. Like, I went to this book without knowing much because honestly, I guess there's not much going on in the plot, but it's just a really adorable book and the characters are so well written. Alright, can we discuss all the Harry Potter references? Like, I don't think I know any guy in real life who actually loves Harry Potter or is as obsessed with Harry Potter as I am, but you know, I don't have that many bookish friends. Anyway, so I am obsessed that Simon is obsessed with Harry Potter. It's just so great. He's got the Harry Potter glasses, and you know, he mentioned it once to Nick and Nick won't let it go. He's like, oh, you have Harry Potter glasses. And then he was a Dementor for Halloween, and his sister was like, Nora looks up from her book. Simon, ew. Is a Dementor robe over my clothes? I think you'll survive. What's a Dementor? I mean, I can't even. Nora, you are no longer my sister. So it's some Harry Potter thing. Alright, let's talk about the process of guessing who Blue was in the end. So at first I thought Blue was Nick, or Nick was Blue for sure, because Blue was Jewish and Nick was Jewish because, you know, when Simon got drunk at that party, he was like, Leah, are you Irish? And then Abby, he's like, oh no, I don't know anything about Africa. Does that make me racist? So I was like, oh my god, is Nick Blue? But why would he lie about, you know, not going to the Halloween party? But as soon as we got to that scene where the Mr. Wise, the English teacher, was passing the tests back, the essays back, and Simon got like the 100 paper, but it turned out to be Bram's paper, and he turned around and he's like, here you go, that's not my paper. And then Bram was like, thanks. And I automatically knew that Bram was Blue. Actually, that's a lie. I don't think I automatically knew. I had a suspicion, but it didn't grow until later. Oh yeah, so later on, when Leah gets pissed off and like she storms out of the cafeteria, and Garrett like nudges what's his face, Bram, and then Bram like bites his lip nervously, and then Simon notices it and says, that's totally straight dude for, go follow her. And Simon's like, if you like her so much, go ask her out. He's like, straight people have it so easy, what's your problem? And Bram just blushes, and I'm like, oh my god. Bram wants to talk to Simon, most likely. Simon's misreading the whole thing. We know that Blue is like the grammar Nazi, like he's perfect grammar, perfect punctuation, the whole shebang, and Bram got like a perfect score on his freaking English essay. Connect the dots. Especially when Blue made that note in one of his emails about like how the default is always straight or white. I'm like, so Blue is not white. And I'm like, Bram is dark skinned and really hot, and grammar Nazi, it's gotta be Bram. You guys, I love Bram so much. He's like mischievous, really shy, also just really bold. It's just the perfect combination. And so my friend recommended the book to me, right? She did not warn me at all. Let's just say it was an awkward scene to read, where Simon was in his room fantasizing about Bram. It was really awkward to read. But Martin Anderson, fucking Martin Anderson, Alright, my first impression of him was, what an asshole. And then, so Martin's character went through like ups and downs for me. There were moments in the book where I really loved him, others when I really hated him, and I really love Becky Albertalli's writing style, and I love the world that she creates. If you guys notice, there is such good communication between all of the characters throughout this book. Simon clearly always apologizes whenever he thinks that he offended Blue in his emails. He says something like, Blue, I think I've made you uncomfortable, or I think I've hurt your feelings, and I'm really, really, really sorry. And I love that so much because communication is like one of the easy things that some authors disregard a lot of times. Like, two characters could be fighting and they could easily resolve it just by communicating properly, but they don't, so then the fight goes on. But in this book, like, you talk it out. You literally just talk it out and you fix the issue, and that is amazing to me because that's how it should be. This is like good role modeling for relationships. I also really love Simon's relationship with his family. He was so self-aware of other people's mannerisms and behaviors and how they affected him personally. Like how he kept on saying that his parents put him inside a box, and every time he tried to like open it and like step out of it for like one moment, they automatically like notice it, make a big deal out of it, and push him back in. And I think it's so powerful when you're aware of the things that bother you and the things that empower you, or like the things that you are content with. Okay, so back to Martin. In the end, I loved Martin, I guess. I really did, because Martin really felt like, he really felt shitty about his actions. The only thing is that, like, he made excuses. And the very first time he apologized, he made excuses about, like, oh, he didn't really mean it, this, and that. So it was nice to see Martin's character arc, I guess. But oh my goodness, Abby, you guys, Abby is such a pure cinnamon roll. Like, she was so pure in the beginning that I wasn't sure if she was faking it or if she was being sarcastic, but no, she's generally so just good-hearted. Okay, I also really like how Leah was portrayed in this book because it's realistic. There are so many people out there who are like self-conscious and they have like generally like moody, negative behaviors. I felt completely bad for Leah, don't get me wrong, but it's realistic in that if there's a friend who's bringing everyone down, you're not going to want to hang out with them anymore. And I think there's a really important message in there that you should learn to love yourself so that you can hang out with other people and not push them away, basically. As Simon says, it was contagious. Like, Leah's self-consciousness was really contagious. So I just like that how that was thrown in there. And in the end, Leah turned out to be working on her drumming skills for like 2 years. Oh my gosh, okay, my favorite side character is Garrett, because Garrett was like pushing Bram the whole entire time and rooting for him, like, yeah bro, go, gotcha. And I love that Garrett likes Leah. Like, I like how that connected in the end, because now Leah's not gonna be alone. Theo just pops out of nowhere and is like, hey, you're definitely Simon, I'm Theo. And Simon's like, Alice is Theo? Yep. So basically, my girlfriend slash your sister is going to set you up so that your parents are out of the house, so that you can make out with your boyfriend for a couple of minutes or hours or whatever. You're welcome. And Simon's like, creepy, but much appreciated, thank you. You guys, and when Simon was being bullied, like, I felt so heartbroken for him. I couldn't believe that it was happening, or actually I did believe it, but like, it was so heartbreaking to read. And he wasn't really even processing it all. He was just like blocking all of the bullying, and he was just focusing on his friends. And freaking Taylor was the one who like raced down and raged at those the what in the butt people or whatever it was called. She was the one who like ran down and chased after them and wanted to beat the crap out of them. And I was just so proud of Taylor in that moment for like not allowing anyone to bully Simon about it. And oh my god, you guys, the Oreos. The Oreos are everything. I love Bram so much. And I really love Simon because even in the midst of being blackmailed really like horrendously by Martin, he still had moments where he fell in love with Martin. Not like, romantically or even platonically, but like in a soulful way. He fell in love with like bits and pieces of everybody in those magical moments, even Martin. And I think that's so amazing that Simon is also pure and good-hearted enough to love someone even when they're blackmailing him. Like, it's not easy to do. It's not easy. Oh my god, let's reread this scene. And then someone slides in beside me. Can I sit here, he asks. and my eyes snap open. It's cute Bram Greenfeld. Soft eyes and soccer calves. And then Bram says, I like your shirt. Thanks, it's Elliott Smith. I know. It's like, I kinda got you that shirt. Oh my god, and then when Garrett says, good job this weekend, Spear, you know, about the play, pretty friggin' funny. I didn't know you were there. I mean, he says, Greenfeld made me go at least 3 times. Bram made Garrett go with him to watch Simon's play 3 times. And then when they're in the car, after buying the Oreos, I think, Simon tells Bram, you're so quiet. Now or in general? Well, both. I'm quiet around you, he says, smiling. I'm one of the cute guys who gets you tongue-tied? You're the cute guy. That is literally my favorite line in the entire novel. It is, you're the cute guy. Goodbye, cute Simon. Go forth and be 17. It's hilarious. I literally laughed out loud. Okay, so I'm super excited and stoked for the movie, having read the book. I'm so excited to see it. Okay, so this guy, I know he was in Jurassic Park and stuff, but like, is it just me or does he remind you guys of Shawn Mendes as well? Because I thought Shawn Mendes was an actor at first when I saw Jurassic Park, like the new one, but like they're different people, and I was shocked. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe me if you want to, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!